Alright, for the examples on the next page, we're going to use that same f of x that we use throughout all of the transformation notes. So we're going to start with the points negative 6, 4, negative 2, negative 4, and 4, 0. Keep in mind the order of transformations, like I said, is extremely important. So we're always going to do our horizontal translations first, meaning our left and right. So here we have a plus 1 inside our function. So inside is inverse. We're moving left 1. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So starting with these points, if I move left 1, from negative 6, I'll now be at negative 7. My y value is not changing here. From negative 2, I'll now be at negative 3. My y value is staying the same. And from 4, I'll now be at 3. So we're taking those and shifting them left 1. Now the next thing that we would do is our dilation and our reflection. Now the order in those doesn't matter. You can do it at the same time. Since it's our first time to see both at once, I'm going to do them one at a time. So let's start with our reflection. So this is going to be a reflection, and it's on the outside of the function, so it's affecting my y values. So think about if your y values are going from positive y to negative y's, that's reflecting over the x-axis. So we're going to reflect over the x-axis, meaning all of our y values are going to change. So we'll be at negative 7, negative 4, negative 3, positive 4, and then 3, 0. The 0 won't change. Okay, and then our last transformation would be this 3. So that's going to be vertical since it's on the outside of the function, it's not inside. And it's a number greater than 1, so it's a vertical stretch. Notice even though it was a negative 3, the negative does a reflection. The 3 itself is what's doing the stretch. So we're going to vertically stretch by a factor of 3, meaning I'm going to take these y values and multiply them by 3. So our new points, the x will stay the same, but y becomes a negative 12. I'm actually going to move them down here. So my x stays the same, my y becomes a negative 12. My x stays negative 3, my y becomes a positive 12, and then my x stays a positive 3, and my y stays a 0. Alright, now we've done all 3 transformations, so we can go ahead and graph. Our final graph would be these points. So we've got a point at negative 7, negative 12, so it's a little bit off the graph, negative 3, positive 12, so again that's off the graph, and then 3, 0. Now before I connect these, I don't really know if this point was my pivot point, if this point was my pivot point, or this point, so I need to trace it. The original pivot point was at negative 2, negative 4. So negative 2, negative 4 is our middle point, so it's going to stay the middle point. So negative 3, positive 12 is where I need to connect those. So negative 3, positive 12, this is my pivot point. And then I can tell that this thing is vertically stretched. It's taller and skinnier. It's reflected across the x-axis. The pivot point's moved, and it's shifted